Welcome to the Michigan Association for College Admission Counseling's virtual college fair. Thank you very much for joining us today. Before we get started with our presentations, just a few quick housekeeping items to go over. The first is that attendees are welcome and certainly encouraged to ask questions to any of the panelists at any time utilizing the Q&A feature. You can pose your question to a specific panelist, or you can ask a general question to any and all the panelists. Also, just a reminder, your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists will not be able to see or hear you. And there is one other block of sessions today, so if you haven't signed up for that yet, please do feel free to do so. And about 1 week from today, a recording of this session will be available on that same registration website. But at this point, I'd like to go ahead and turn it over to our panelists. And up first, we're going to hear from Illinois Institute of Technology.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Kaylin, and I am a senior admission counselor here at Illinois Institute of Technology. I'm going to share my screen and jump right into it since I only have 6 minutes. So we are located in Chicago, Illinois. We're the only tech-focused university in the city. So here's a quick aerial shot on our campus. But to just dive into some of our academic programs, we are a STEM institution. So you can see there's a lot of engineering options, a variety of programming and computation. We are the first university in the Midwest to offer an artificial intelligence program. But we do have some non-STEM options, like we offer a 5-year professional Bachelor of Architecture, so you can sit for your licensure exam after you graduate with us. We do offer global studies, social economic development policy, even business administration. So we do have a wide variety of options for you. You can also see that we're a small school with about 3,000 undergraduate students. Our average class size is about 22, and we have a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So you're definitely going to get to know your professors here at Illinois Tech, as well as know your peers with these small sizes. The other thing that I want to mention, we do offer an accelerated master's program. So you are able to pursue your bachelor's and master's in 5 years, and then keep your undergraduate scholarships for your 5th year. So this is a great opportunity for anyone who knows they want to get their master's right away. You save yourself a year and you save yourself some money. But to kind of go along with our academic programs, we have a lot of out of classroom experiences that you can participate in. Also, if you hear squeaking, that's my puppy playing with one of our toys, so I apologize. But in regards to research, you can start research as early as your 2nd semester with us as an undergraduate student. The best way that students find research is usually word of mouth, just by talking with professors. But we also have Elevate, which is a central hub for you to find research opportunities and directly apply to them, internships, short courses, competitions, as well as study abroad experiences that you can participate in. The other thing that we love to highlight is our interprofessional projects program. You're required to take 2 iPro classes as an Illinois Tech student, and they're usually done at the end of your time. This is a really great way for you to kind of test your knowledge as you are tasked to solve real-world problems with students from all different majors and backgrounds. So some past iPro projects, there was a group of students that designed an app to track food waste while you were grocery shopping. Another group of students designed a mesh net to be placed inside washing machines to collect microfibers from entering the water supply. So it's a really unique way for you to be able to test your skills. And it's not just a business proposal. You can actually develop a prototype and maybe write a patent with that. So really get a lot of early exposure to what you're going to be doing after you graduate through this class. And then we do talk about academics and how important that is that you find a university that has your fit, but you also want to make sure that the social aspects work with you as well. So we have over 150 student organizations on our campus. We do offer Greek life. We have a lot of professional organizations, but we have some fun ones too, like rock climbing, Quidditch, tons of different a cappella groups. So most likely we have something that's of interest to you. And if not, it's fairly easy to start a new group on our campus. We also have a esports group that we're actually having a new building in Chicago for esports, which we're super excited about. So it's definitely a hot topic right now at our university. In regards to living on campus, 70% of our students live on campus. As an incoming freshman, you have 4 different options. So Kasich Hall and Cunningham Hall, which are basically copycats of each other. They're pod style, so they offer triples, doubles, or singles. Row Village is the picture off on the right-hand side. That is suite style, so you'd have a roommate, and then there's a bathroom that's connecting another double. So then you'd be sharing that bathroom with 3 other students. And then we have McCormick Student Village, which is your traditional dorming experience. It's one of our slightly older dorms on campus where you'd have a roommate and share the bathroom with the floor. So that's just kind of a quick look into the social side of things. and we're also a Division III university, before I forget that. But in regards to the admission process, if you're a senior, our application is still open. You have until August 1st to apply. Juniors and below, the application typically opens up the first or second week of August of your senior year, and then you have basically a full year to apply. However, we do encourage students to apply by November 15th of their senior year, as that's our priority scholarship deadline for a chance at full tuition scholarships. In regards to what you need, we do need to see a high school transcript and at least one letter of recommendation. We were test optional for fall 2021 and will most likely be test optional again for fall 2022. Just keep an eye on our website to see when that's updated. We are on the Common App and there is no fee to apply. We also super score. So if you've been able to take the ACT or SAT, submit all of the exams as you've taken, because we will look at the highest scores from those. You can also see on the right-hand side what it looks like to be admitted within the middle 50%. We are an academically rigorous institution, so we are looking for students who have taken honors and AP classes and have done well. We're definitely going to be looking at your math and science progress, especially if you're considering STEM here, because it's important that you've done well in high school to continue doing well here at Illinois Tech. And then before I end, I just want to talk about some scholarships. So once you apply, you're automatically considered for a merit-based scholarship. So that's based off on your academics. Domestic students are considered for the HEALD scholarship, and international students are considered for the international scholarship. But again, make sure you apply by November 15th. That's that priority scholarship deadline for a chance for full tuition. The scholarships listed at the bottom would be needing a separate application that you have to submit also by the November 15th deadline. And if you have any questions, feel free to send them in the chat right now. But if you think of them later, here's my contact information, and I'll also drop that in the chat as well. But thank you so much for learning more about Illinois Tech, and I hope you guys have a wonderful night.
Thank you very much, Illinois Tech. Up next, we're going to move to Augustana College.
All right, thank you very much there, Chris. I'm going to open up my screen here as well so that we can get started here. All right, so welcome to Augustana. My name is Eric Rowell. I'm an admissions counselor here. I'm also an alum of Augustana College. We have 2,500 students approximately at Augustana Small School. We're ranked in the top 100 of all small private universities and colleges here in America. We have an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So you get an awful lot of attention from our students, from our faculty here at Augustana. Average class size is about 18 students. We have over 150 clubs and organizations at Augustana, and we're quite proud of being able to have over 90 majors being a school of our size. Our top majors include business administration, biology, pre-med, accounting, education, and psychology. We are located in the Quad Cities. So on the Illinois side, Western Illinois, on the other side being Iowa, there's roughly about 400,000 people in the area, so it's not a big city, but it's not a small town either. There are a lot of things to do in the Quad Cities, and there's numerous experiences that our students will have both on and off the campus in this wonderful area. We are very committed to our students. Our design here is to help you figure out what it is that you would be great at as far as careers and interests. We want to help you become the individual that you desire to be, both short and long term. And our faculty and our administration is very dedicated to you. We're also very focused on career preparation. One of the advantages perhaps of Augustana is that you have a little bit of time to figure out what it is that you might want to study and what careers you might be interested in, as you don't have to choose a major at Augustana College until the end of your freshman year, sometimes the beginning of your sophomore year. We're also very focused on diversity, equity, and inclusion at Augustana. We believe that the best classroom is a diverse classroom, because not only do you learn the subject matter, but you learn from one another. So we're doing our best to make sure that students feel supported and they're able to express themselves, but also learn from one another. We are very committed to excellence both inside and outside of the classroom, as we want our students to participate in the things that they love and that they have tremendous skill sets in. A third of our students are varsity athletes here at Augustana. We have 28 different teams, NCAA Division III. About a quarter of our students are in the performing arts, so music, art, theater, dance. Again, we have over 150 clubs and organizations at Augustana, but also we like to mention that we are top 10 in academic All-Americans. These are the students that do well both in the classroom and on the field or in the pool or on the court. We've also had some great renovations happen here on campus. We've added new additions. We've renovated buildings. Right now we're building a brand new pool. Augustana continues to thrive, and we're quite proud of our success in that area. Over 89% of our students will have at least one internship, conduct research, and have an international experience. Over 55% of our students will have an academic study away experience from Augustana, and we have a 98% job placement rate at Augustana College. Much of this happens as far as the experiences outside the classroom is because we have a $2,000 stipend that we offer to all students. You can use that money for internships, research, or an international program. So most of our students will have all three of these and makes your resume look really shiny. The application process begins August 1st, where you can apply either early decision, early action, or regular decision. The deadlines for the early action, early decision applications is November 1st. And we're also looking for your application, your transcript, ACT scores, SAT scores, but we also are test optional, and we've been test optional for about 10 years or so. What we look for are students who can handle the academic rigors of a place like Augustana, as you'll have PhDs in front of you every single class. They tend to be very involved students in sports or the arts, or they volunteer. And also we love to interview our students. So please set up one of those if you're interested in Augustana, as we'd love to chat with you and get to know you very well. Our top scholarships here at Augustana are merit-based, and they range up to $28,000. There's also need-based award and some specialty awards that we have here as well, and with hopes that Augustana will be affordable for all of our students. Thank you very much, and I look forward to any questions you might have that you can throw up in the chat room.
Thank you very much, Augustana. Up next, we're going to hear from Earlham College.
Let me share my screen. All right, thank you everybody for coming out tonight. My name is Maggie Bain. I am an admission counselor here at Earlham College. Earlham is a small liberal arts school located in Richmond, Indiana. So we're right on the border of Indiana, Ohio. I like to say you get the best of both worlds. You get two states in one. So yeah, that's a little bit about it. Here's all of our majors and minors listed out for you. We do have over 40. So as a liberal arts school, you're going to get to dip your toe in a little bit of everything. Some of our more popular majors, I would say, are in our sciences program. So biology, pre-med, or pre-health are usually really popular here at Earlham. But of course, we have a large variety of a ton. So you could do fine arts, social science, lab science, humanities. We do have our integrative pathways as well. So that kind of takes a deeper dive into some more specific areas. So like, for example, like Japanese studies, we have a really great study abroad program. That's kind of a really popular one as well. Archaeology, environmental sustainability, and environmental science are also just kind of unique ones to Earlham. Equine management, those are just a couple that our students really do gravitate towards. You can definitely major in one thing and minor in like a million things, double major. We definitely want you to continue all of your passions here at Earlham and, you know, study as much as you want in a kind of collegiate level too. So on average, we do have 13 students in your major courses, which is a 9-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So you definitely get into those smaller classes once you get into your majors. I would say our largest class, like lecture halls, can get upwards to 60 students, which is still comparatively small. You still get that kind of peer-to-peer interaction, a lot of hands-on activity and work, get to know your professor very well, all that kind of stuff that you might be looking for in a kind of smaller liberal arts setting. As you can see here, our professors actually do go by their first names. We were founded by Quakers in 1847. So just kind of having that tradition with the school, with the Quakerisms, that's kind of a philosophy that they don't really believe in the theory of hierarchy. So, you know, we just continue that in small ways throughout campus. And that's just an example of one. Students like it because they can open up to their professors because there's not that weird hierarchical, you know, thing above them. Earlham does have this really great program called our Earlham Advantage, which is a funded internship or research opportunity for every single one of our students. So you have the opportunity to really find your own individual internship or research opportunities with the help from our career coaches, or we do set up some trips through Earlham. So you can go with Earlham students and Earlham faculty members. It's just really great, especially since a lot of, you know, internships and research opportunities are unpaid for. Sometimes they're abroad, sometimes they're just outside your own home state. It really pays for flights, stays, foods, if the programming costs any money for your internships or research opportunity. And as you can see through these photos, our Earlham students go really anywhere and everywhere with it. So yeah. We do have 60 student-led organizations on campus. So if you have a club that you're very passionate about, and we don't have it here at Earlham, it's really easy to start your own club. But once again, we have 60 other ones, so you could totally join any of those clubs. They kind of based around different topics, like we have service clubs, cultural clubs, rec sports, anything like that that you might want to continue from your high school career into your collegiate career. We do also have 17 men's and women's Division III NCAA teams. So our coaches do a really good job of making sure our athletes are putting their academics first by creating different study tables, creating different study programs on long bus rides, maintaining an athletics GPA, all that kind of good stuff to make sure that you're still participating in your athletics, but focusing on your academics at the same time. We do have 8 residence halls here on campus. So your traditional style dorm rooms, also singles, quads. As you can see, we do have themed friendship houses. So they're not themed based off stories of fraternities or anything like that. They're based on different clubs and majors. So you have the opportunity to live in a whole house with people in your same major group or in the same clubs that you're interested in, which is usually really fun. And we also do have apartment style living too. So you have that opportunity to live in a nicer, like in a nice apartment with a couple of your friends rather than in a hall with like 20 other people. So just give you a variety of all the different kind of residential life we do have. So we are on the Common App, and we also do have our own Earlham application as well. So we ask for your extracurricular activities, personal essays, high school transcripts. And we were an established test optional school pre-pandemic too. So we really look at your application holistically, and we don't think grades and testing are the end all be all of anybody's application. So we really just left it up to the student to decide if they want to submit them or not. Totally up to you. We also ask for one letter of recommendation from a teacher and a guidance counselor. And then obviously, if you're an international student, filling out your TOEFL, SAT information for, international students. We do offer merit scholarships. So that's based off your GPA and your test scores. If you don't submit your test scores, then it just looks at your GPA. We give out plenty of need-based aid. Over 95% of our students do receive some kind of need-based aid. So you have the opportunity to definitely utilize our financial aid department, talk to them, fill out your FAFSAs, all that good stuff. An international student out there, we do have a really great international recruiter who will work with you through your application process, financial aids, visas, anything like that too. So you'll have a really great opportunity to continue your educations over here in the States. Thank you all for coming. Like I said, my name is Maggie Bain. I'll drop my email in the chat just in case any of you have any other questions about Earlham or just college in general. Please feel free to contact me.
Thank you very much, Earlham. As we move to the second half of our presentation, just a reminder to our attendees, if you have any questions for any of the panelists regarding majors, admissions process, etc., please do feel free to drop those messages into the Q&A. But up next, we're going to move to Franklin College.
All right, let me get my screen shared just like everyone else did. Let me get this started for us. All righty, so thank you all for joining us tonight. My name is Kyle Solly. I'm the admissions counselor here at Franklin. That covers the territory of Michigan. So if you're interested in Franklin, you'll be working with me. I've got my email and phone number there on the screen, but we'll revisit that at the end. I'll put it in the chat. I'm a 2018 graduate of Franklin. I played tennis. I worked in residence life. I was in Greek life. So I can touch on most aspects of campus life. Admittedly, I'm not the most artistic, so I kind of dropped the ball there. But enough about me. I want to tell you more about Franklin. So Franklin was established in 1834, so we're just under 200 years old as a college. We're a very small school. We've got right around 1,000 students. They're from all over the map. We've got 17 states and 10 different countries represented here. The main thing that brought me to Franklin was the fact that it's 20 minutes from Indianapolis. So I was able to get the small town experience that I was familiar with, but get all of the big city opportunities. And with that, you'll notice up top, 100% of our students complete an undergraduate internship or a research experience. It's a graduation requirement here at Franklin to have that internship experience. So, we want you to have a good time here on campus, but we want to get you out into the field and get you that real world experience. Our classes are small. They're about 15 students on average, an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So you're really going to get to know your professors well. They're going to know what you're involved in. They're going to know, what your end goals are career-wise, and they're going to help you achieve those goals. They're really going to work with you as a partnership. Just want to highlight the majors, the minors, the programs that we have here at Franklin. So I'm going to pause here in a second, let students kind of look at this and see what we offer. We just built a new science center that opened in fall 2018, so right after I graduated. That's going to have state-of-the-art equipment in there. A lot of that equipment students don't get access to grad school typically, so we're definitely ahead of the curve there. Our business department's one of our flagship departments, our elementary education department's right there. And then our exercise science, our Masters of Allied Training and Masters of Physician Assistant Studies, those are all some of our flagship departments there. I want to highlight why students succeed here at Franklin, because at the end of the day, we want you to come here and be the most successful you can be. So our faculty are going to put you first. Our faculty are here to teach. They're not using this as a springboard to do research. They're here because they're passionate about their subject, passionate about their studies, and want to translate that passion to students who are very interested. When you arrive here on campus, you will be paired with an academic advisor who will stay with you all 4 years. You will work with that academic advisor. They will help you with scheduling, and their job is really to make sure that you're on track to graduate in 4 years. You will get individualized attention in our small classes. My smallest class I had a student was 6 students. So we sat in a circle. It was very seminar style, but it was really engaging just being on that same level of that professor. They didn't stand up and lecture at us. They sat there on the same level as us, and we really worked through the content. I want to highlight our immersive learning experiences. Our students are doing conferences, they're doing internships, but we also do a 4-1-4 schedule. So we've got our 4-month fall, our 4-month spring, but in the middle we have a 1-month immersive term. And in that immersive term, you're taking one class, doing one internship, or doing one study abroad. So for the month of January, you've got one thing you're focusing on. So you're doing a 40-hour-a-week internship, you're abroad, or you're really diving deep into one class. And then our first year launch program is designed to help students transition from high school to college. So right there in your first semester, you're going to have a class that's going to help set you up to succeed here. It's going to teach you about the resources that you'll need and the resources we have available for you, and just really kind of prepare you for that. We are a campus that values diversity and inclusion. We want everyone to feel welcome here at Franklin College. Franklin College students are just involved to a T. Like I said, I was involved in so many things, and that is just the Franklin College way. If you're looking for an experience where you are more than just a student, you're more than just your specific major, your specific team, Franklin really is a great place for that. You're going to be involved across the board. You're going to make a difference here on this campus. Like I said, I want to highlight again that that location we have, it's kind of the perfect mixture of small town and big city, because we were just 20 minutes from Indianapolis. So I was able to do an internship while I was a student, where I could leave here, by 7:20, 7:30 in the morning, and I could be at my desk in downtown Indy, car parked, all that. So that was really a huge advantage for me. We want to get you hands-on learning. Like I said, we want you to gain that experience on campus and off campus while having, a comfortable, safe environment. And lastly, we want to prepare you for the future. We want you to leave Franklin best prepared to go into your profession. Do want to highlight our athletics. Over half our students are student athletes here. We offer a wide array of teams. We're adding an esports team. We're going to roll that out for the next school year, the 2021-2022 school year. So we're super excited about that, but kind of take a look at that. I will say I help coach men and women's tennis. So if you're watching this and you play tennis, definitely give me a holler, just because I have a little vested interest in that as well. But obviously want to kind of cover the cost as well. That's really what students want to know. That's what your parents want to know. You see that total cost right around $44,000. No students paying that. All of our students are receiving financial aid, usually in the range of $15,000 to $20,000. Out-of-state students get an extra $1,000 to $4,000. So being from Michigan, you will qualify for the out-of-state grant, which is definitely just a huge advantage with that. Want to encourage you to apply early, because our Ben Franklin Scholarship and our Pulliam Journalism Scholarship are both due by November 15th. Those are full tuition scholarship opportunities that all students can meet those requirements if they have that 3.9 GPA, that 1320 SAT or ACT. And we are actually looking to move away from those test scores. That might look a little different this fall. I think that about takes my time, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. But any questions, give me a holler. I'll drop my contact info in the chat.
Thank you very much, Franklin College. Our next presentation comes from St. Mary's College.
Hi everyone, I'm Sarah. I am one of the admission counselors at St. Mary's. I actually work with the eastern half of Michigan, so I work with students mostly from Detroit, Ann Arbor, and Flint. I also work with students from around Indiana and from Tennessee as well, but we are here for Michigan today, so I'm going to focus on you guys. For those of you who are not familiar with St. Mary's, I'll just give a brief overview. We are a relatively small college, so we are located in Notre Dame, Indiana, just a couple miles north of South Bend. And we are just a couple miles south of the Michigan border. So we do have about 1,600 students. 68% of those students are actually coming from out of state. So 2/3 of our students are not from Indiana. We do have 43 different states and territories represented in our student body. You can see a small map on the screen that covers just a couple of those states. We do have a lot of students coming from Florida, from Texas, from New York. So we have students coming from all over, not just the Midwest and not just Indiana. We do also have 16 countries represented in our student body, and then 20% of our students are from underrepresented populations, and 27% of our students are first generation. We are obviously an academic institution, so academic excellence really is at the root of what we do. Our goal at St. Mary's is to give every single student who walks onto our campus a very personalized and individualized approach to their education. So your professors are going to know your name. They're going to know your strengths, your weaknesses. They're going to know when you're in class and when you're not, which can be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you look at it, but they're really going to know you. We do offer over 60 different academic programs. Some of our most popular majors are education, biology, business, nursing, but we do offer some really cool special programs that aren't offered at every college, like social work, speech language pathology. We have a 4+1 in engineering. And then we also have a couple other programs that I don't have time to name, so I encourage you to look at our list. We have something for everyone. We do have a student design major as well. So if a program you're looking for is not listed on our specific list of programs, that doesn't necessarily mean you cannot pursue it at St. Mary's, so definitely reach out and ask. Something that definitely sets us apart from other colleges are the research opportunities we give our students. Every single student is going to participate in independent research during their time at St. Mary's at least once. We do start that research in your first year. So every student is going to graduate confident in every step of the research process. You're going to come up with that question, the research design, you're going to analyze your research, actually conduct it, and present it. So a lot of our students are published writers. A lot of our students present at national conferences. A lot of our students use their research, because you do have to complete a senior comprehensive project. A lot of our students use that senior research to actually jumpstart their graduate school thesis as well. So just a little bit about research. You will definitely get that experience at St. Mary's. You will be hands-on and in the field. We are a women's college. For those of you who are not familiar, we are the only all-women's college in the state of Indiana. There are definitely a lot of benefits to that. I'm sure some eyes went a little wide. I definitely know it can be shocking, especially if you've only ever gone to co-ed school. I promise you, it is an awesome experience. So our goal is to empower every single student in the classroom. That definitely starts with your academics, but we want to empower our students holistically. Our goal is to graduate every St. Mary's student as well-rounded as possible. We want to empower our students, build them up in the classroom. We know every student who comes onto our campus has an incredible voice to use. So we want to give them a space to grow in their voice, to be confident in their voice, and to learn how to use that voice to go off into the world, to do incredible things, and to make the changes that we know they're capable of making. You can see some numbers on the screen, but just briefly, women who attend all female colleges are more likely to complete a graduate degree. They're more likely to feel prepared for their jobs. They are more likely to be CEOs. They're more likely to hold leadership positions in their jobs and their life in general. They are more likely to be confident in their career and confident in their life. So there are definitely some awesome benefits to attending an all female college. So I encourage you to be open-minded and open to the idea of it. We are a part of a tri-campus community, so we are right next door to Holy Cross College and right across the street from a very small school named Notre Dame. So we do definitely have an awesome connection with those two colleges. We have been neighbors with the University of Notre Dame since 1844, so we do have an academic connection where our students can take classes on both campuses. We do have over 500 joint clubs and activities. That is everything from athletics to academics to service. Pretty much anything you can think of, we probably offer it between the three campuses. But with that tri-campus community, you are going to get a completely normal co-ed college experience. There will still be dances. There will still be formals. You sit in the student section at every Notre Dame athletic event. You will still get that co-ed experience if it is what you're looking for. We really give you the best of both worlds. Our goal is to leave that door open for our students. You are not going to be forced through it. We do not rely on Notre Dame for anything. We are an independent college, but that relationship is definitely there for your benefit if you want to take advantage of it. Overall value really is priceless. A little bit about financial aid. do not take our sticker price seriously. We are a private college, so it is going to look very high. 100% of our students do receive financial aid through the form of merit scholarships, need-based aid, or a combination of the two. So the average our students are paying to go to St. Mary's is nowhere near that sticker price. So definitely keep an open mind and don't take that too seriously. We do also have a 4-year promise. This is huge. Our goal is, and our goal, we are successful in it, is to graduate every single student from St. Mary's in 4 years. We would love to keep you forever, but we also don't want to take more time or money from you than is necessary. So we are going to send you off into the world after 4 years to use the skills we've given you to do incredible things. So basically with that 4-year promise, this is really important for the nurses out there. This is really important for our STEM majors, for pre-med students. Basically, as long as you are passing your classes and doing everything correctly that you should be doing, if there is an issue or a mistake on our end and you have to come back for a semester to take an extra course or to come back for a year to finish a couple courses, we pay for that extra time you have to be on campus. Right now, the average amount of time it takes a student to graduate from college in the US is 5.5 years. We do it in 4. So that's definitely important to keep in mind. Little about our admission process. We do have 2 options for students. We have early decision and we have regular decision. Those deadlines are on the screen. We were a test optional school pre-pandemic, but we still are continuing that, of course. So you do not have to send your test scores to us, but if you do have SAT or ACT scores, definitely feel free to send them our way. We do super score, so send all of the scores that you have received to us and we'll give you the highest score possible. If anyone has any questions, my contact information is on the screen. I'll also drop it in the chat, but thank you so much and have a wonderful night.
Thank you very much, St. Mary's. And our final presentation for this session comes from Loyola University, Chicago.
Hello, everyone. Welcome in today. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Cody Strolley. I'm an admissions counselor at Loyola Chicago, and we're going to get right into it as we only have 6 minutes here. So we are Chicago's Jesuit University. Founded in 1870, we've been in Chicago for such a long time that for many of our students, it's good to know that many of our programs have been long established. And what it means to be a Jesuit university is that at the core of our mission is cure personalis, care for the whole person. Many of our students that come into Loyola, of course, are going to be pushed to grow academically, but we want students to also grow socially, spiritually, and globally through a holistic education. It all begins with our core curriculum, and many of our students will take classes in the arts, the sciences, but even ethics, philosophy, and this is to build a foundation for their majors and their specializations that they go through our opportunities on the campus. Beyond that, we also have a strong emphasis on global perspective. We want students to go out and see the world. 1 in 3 of our students will study abroad at Loyola. We have over 150 programs to choose from our John Felice Rome Center in Rome, Italy, to our Vietnam Center in Ho Chi Minh City. So you have the world at your fingertips. And finally, we have a strong emphasis on the promotion of social justice. Many of our students that are at Loyola are going to be involved in the community. Our nursing students have 7 clinical rotations throughout the Chicagoland area. We have the oldest social work program in the state of Illinois. Many of our business students, which is the #1 undergraduate business program in the city of Chicago, are involved with consulting opportunities with local nonprofit organizations. So if you are someone that wants to connect your gifts and talents with your passions, Loyola is the place to do it. We have just over 12,000 undergraduate students at Loyola, so we do have a mid-sized school, but the best of both worlds. We have students from 50 states represented and even 120 countries worldwide. And beyond that, we also have many students that are, of course, from Illinois as well. So we have a great mix of perspectives. Many of our students on campus will also find great resources from our SDMA office, our Student Diversity and Multicultural Affairs office, and the Damon Student Center, as 41% of our students identify as coming from communities of color. And we want students to always be promoted to find a home on campus through multiple organizations, mentorships and activities, and beyond. Within our campuses, as you see here, we're right by the Lakeshore campus, or right by the Lake Michigan, pardon me. And Lake Michigan is where the city of Chicago is located, right next to it. So many students will find the Lakeshore campus in Rogers Park, which is about 20 minutes north of downtown Chicago, is where you'll find your home. This is where all of our first-year residence halls. This is also where we have 4 of our main colleges, in addition to where you'll start off the experience altogether. You have an average class size of 26 at Loyola, so many of our faculty members want to get to know you well and meet you by your first name and to help you with our internships and research. And we also have another campus downtown, though, I would mention, which is called the Water Tower campus. So if you're a student that's in the Quinlan School of Business, the School of Communication, School of Social Work, or School of Education, you'll have opportunities to take classes right next to Michigan Avenue in the heart of the city of Chicago. So for those students, there are really close to Fortune 500 companies and one of the biggest media markets in the world, and next to some of the best hospitals as well, in case you want volunteering opportunities. We do have the opportunity for students to take courses to explore beyond their first year. You can choose your major at the end of your second year even. And so for many students, looking at all of our 8 different programs, you do have the opportunity to explore early on. We do have 45 plus 5-year programs to pick from as well. And so many of our students that like to consider taking a bachelor's and master's degree can complete it in a quicker amount of time, which might be a good decision for you. And we are a Division I school at Loyola, so we do have many opportunities to get involved within club sports, to Division I athletics. Many students will get involved beyond the classroom within one of our 250 plus student organizations. And one of the best parts of being a Jesuit school is the hands-on opportunities. I didn't mention this enough, but for those of you that are looking for research opportunities for pre-medicine or perhaps in a pre-professional path, you do have opportunities on campus, as many of our faculty members have those opportunities for you. There are first-year research experience to our LUROC program that connects you with the experts in their fields. If you are a student that is looking for a student to faculty ratio of perfect means for higher education, we do have a 14:1 ratio, which is the prescribed ratio for campus. And so those of you that are looking for that individualized support at a university, you'll find it here at Loyola as well. I do want to touch upon our application. We do have our application on our website at lec.edu/apply. We're also on the common application as well as the coalition application. When you apply, you can put on your major that you would like to go in with to Loyola, but of course you're able to change that as early as your first year, with the exception of our nursing students and our engineering science students. Beyond that, we do have scholarships that range from $17,000 to $25,000 per year, which are renewable for all 4 years. And we do a holistic review. So if you are looking at Loyola, we have a rolling admissions process. The application will open up on August 1st of this coming year, and then we start reviewing applications from then on, with about 4 weeks notice or so from there with your decision. For need-based aid, we do use the free application for federal student aid, and so I do recommend taking a look at that when you can as an incoming student on the U.S. Department of Education website. And from there, overall, 90% of our students do receive grants or scholarships at the university. I always recommend reaching out to our team within Loyola because our counseling office is very supportive and wants to get to know you personally to see if it could be the right fit for you, as well as providing more opportunities to come and visit. We do have visit opportunities that are available online through our visit website at lec.edu/visit. And you can see campus over the summer when it's nice out, or even throughout the year with different opportunities coming up. I will be putting my information in the chat, so if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm the admissions counselor for Michigan for students. Again, my name is Cody Strolia, and thank you so much for coming by today.
Thank you very much, Loyola. And thank you again to all of our panelists for your great presentations. We do have time remaining, so attendees, if you have any additional questions, please do feel free to send them through the Q&A. In the meantime, could I ask our panelists to turn their videos back on and we can do a round or two of questions ourselves. The first question I would pose is, what's one thing you did not have time to present on that you'd like to cover now? Perhaps that's your favorite event or tradition on campus, a fun fact about your school, a special academic program, whatever that may be. So let's go in that same order, starting with Illinois Tech.
Thanks. The one thing that I did not get a chance to mention is that we do have all of our students take ITP during their first semester, Introduction to the Profession, which basically is a way for you to double check if the major you chose is right for you. It gives you some great learning opportunities by learning what the major means here at Illinois Tech, what you can do after you graduate. Sometimes we have outside guests come in to speak with students. Sometimes you tour companies in the area, but it's also very hands-on based. So you get that really early exposure. You know, if you decide to major in aerospace engineering, you're designing and modeling aircrafts during this class. So it's a great way for you to check if the major's right for you during your first semester. Or if you come in undecided, then you get to learn more options that we have here at Illinois Tech.
Great, thank you. Augustana?
Yes, at Augustana, one of our top majors is biology, and that sort of feeds into, or these courses will feed into it, being pre-med, pre-dent, physical therapy, things like that. And we actually have a cadaver lab at Augustana College. So you can be up close and personal with the human body. This will be great for those interested in any sort of graduate school, particularly medical school, and having that on a resume could be spectacular for you.
Great, thank you. Earlham?
Yeah, actually, we do have a functioning museum on campus. So we do have museum curating as a minor. So you have the opportunity to definitely curate your own museum at an actual museum that's on campus. There's a whole archive down in the basement full of different fossils, skeletons. So a lot of the different major fields obviously utilize them for, studies and all that. There's a mummy on campus. There's a mammoth skeleton. So that's kind of like a fun little tidbit that I didn't really mention earlier.
Thank you. Franklin?
All right, I just want to highlight our immersive term study away options. I mentioned immersive term earlier. It's our 1 month immersive term right there in the month of January. For students who can't afford to do a full semester, or student athletes or RAs who just can't miss a full semester, we're able to do like a 3.5 week immersive term study abroad. We usually do about 5 or 6 of those trips each year, so they're going all over the globe. Since I've been associated, we've touched every continent but Antarctica. So you've got a lot of options with that.
Great, thank you. St. Mary's?
He just said we touched every continent except Antarctica, and that's one of my go-to terms for what I'm about to say, so he stole it from me. But I didn't get to talk about study abroad. Study abroad is huge at St. Mary's. Over half of our students actually go abroad. Right now, the average percent of students who go abroad in college is only 14 to 18%. So it is huge at St. Mary's. Every single major can study abroad, even nurses, even engineers, even pre-med students. We do have almost 40 different programs in nearly 20 different countries. Some are major specific, some are open in general to all majors, but we do have lots of options. And here it is. We are on every continent except Antarctica. We have not made a program there yet. It would be a little chilly, maybe someday, but our most popular programs are in Ireland, Italy, and Spain. But you really can go anywhere for a semester, a full year, or just a couple weeks, wherever your comfort level is.
Great, thank you. Loyola, this is your chance to say we are on every continent, including Antarctica.
So close. I don't think we have Antarctica either. But what we do have, we are actually one of the greenest schools in the country based on the Green Honor Roll. And on the campus, we have our biodiesel lab where students and our faculty convert French oil from our dining halls into the fuel source for the shuttle system that goes between our Lakeshore campus and Ontario campus, which I think is really neat. If you're interested in sustainable solutions, Loyola has the facility for you. We also have a lot of opportunities outside the classroom with even cleaning up the Chicago River with kayaks and going down to Lincoln Park Zoo. So if you're someone that loves the environment, which many of our students do, Loyola could be a spot.
Thank you. We have time for one more quick round of questions. So what's one piece of advice you have for students going through the college search process? Same order.
I think the number one thing that I would recommend, and I'm sure all the counselors here would agree, is take advantage of your admission counselor. We're here to answer all of your questions. There's no such thing as a silly question. We can talk more about student life, finances, majors, everything under the sun. We want to help you and give you this information. So reach out early and reach out often.
I would say students visit as many schools as you can. Big, small, public, private schools in big cities, schools in small towns, so that you can have an idea about what it is that you're truly looking for in an institution. Many of us are different from each other, but there are some similarities, and I want you to understand them fully so that you feel comfortable making your decision.
Yeah, I would say the same. And definitely if the institute that you're interested in, a couple that you're interested in, if they're having any kind of event, whether that's an admit student event or just like a preview day kind of thing, definitely sign up just to come and experience the school and get to have a different kind of experience than just a regular visit too.
Apply early, cast a wide net, so apply to a lot of different schools, and do your best to get on campus because you'll find a place that feels like home. That's the best feeling.
My biggest piece of advice is always to follow your heart with your college decision. You're going to be spending the next 4 years of your life on this campus. So, I mean, obviously take your family into consideration, take finances into consideration, but really follow your heart. As much as I would love for St. Mary's to be the perfect fit for every female high school student in the United States, there are thousands of colleges, and that's not true for any school. No school is going to be everyone's number one. So follow your heart and use your resources.
And I would lastly say, of course, the admissions office is great. We're all great counselors, probably in all of our schools. Student ambassadors are also wonderful. I can't stress that enough. If you are a student that's thinking about coming to campus, typically we may even offer like shadow opportunities to see class or something like an overnight, which of course this past year might have not been possible, but likely going forward, we're hoping that might be a thing. So always connect with the office to see what you can do to have an individualized experience there. That way you can really connect with the community on those campuses like Loyola's.
Thank you very much. Thank you again to all of our panelists for your great presentations and your additional insights. And certainly thank you to all of our attendees for joining us. We hope you leave this session intrigued about some of these opportunities, and as each person indicated, follow up with them to continue the conversation. But this does bring us to the end of our session. Before we close it out, just a few quick items. The first is that when you close this window, you will receive a very quick 4-question survey. There is one other block of sessions this evening, so if you haven't signed up for that, please do so. In about 1 week from today, a recording of this session will be available on the strivescan.com/Michigan website. But thank you again to everybody, and to all the students out there, good luck in your college search and enjoy the process. Have a good day.